From a teleportation portal to a literal bear trap, here are 15 Clash Royale ideas Supercell almost added to the game, but didn't. And we hired an animator to make all of these ideas come to life. Number 1. You ever wanted to teleport? So why doesn't Supercell add portals? Truth is, they did try making one. The portal would work by placing a portal entrance, and then a portal exit, which would teleport your troops to the opposite side of the arena. While the portal costs 4 elixir and looks like it'd completely break the game, it actually wouldn't. A fireball would be enough to defend. Supercell ultimately decided not to add the portal in, instead bringing in the mighty miner, who basically does the same teleport function the portal was intended for. Number 2. You've seen the wizard tower from Clash of Clans, right? Well, did you know Supercell was gonna add those to Clash Royale as towers? In fact, one of the ideas was to make the wizard tower replace the in-game princess tower. The wizard tower would have dealt area damage, and would have likely been much more powerful than the princess variant. Maybe Supercell actually made a good choice on this one, removing the wizard tower from Clash Royale for good. Number 3. Supercell's already added dragons. But Clash Royale was about to have an actual dragon, like the dragon you see right here. Ultimately, Supercell decided against it, mainly because the dragon was just way too big to fit in the arena. The dragon would have cost 6 elixir, been a legendary, and also would have had around the same health as a golden knight. Since Supercell recently added the phoenix, that's likely the closest we're getting to an actual dragon. Rest in peace. Number 4. What if you could have infinite elixir? If you take a look at this building here, it makes that dream a reality. The building is called the elixir storage, which makes it so that you can save up to 100 elixir at a time. Pair that with a full elixir bar and you can spawn as many troops as you'd like at the same time. While having up to 100 elixir is cool, this would have made the games way too chaotic, almost to the point where no skill would be involved whatsoever. And I know even right now there's no skill, but hey, just imagine 20 phoenixes. Yeah, no thanks. Number 5. You ever notice a similarity between these two cards? Probably. While in the trailers, Golden Knight is portrayed as a self-obsessed loser, he's actually just the replacement for what was supposed to be the Barbarian King. We animated a Barbarian King just to show you how it would have looked. We even added the custom ability and spawner pad as a defensive mechanism. While Supercell likely won't add the Barbarian King ever, if you compare the Barbarian King in Clash of Clans versus the Knight in Clash Royale, they sort of attack in the same way. The Knight is pretty much just a nerfed version of the Barbarian King, without the ability. Number 6. Clash Royale was, at one point, about to add an elite Barbarian spawner, which would have cost 8 elixir, one more than the Barb Hut, but a lot scarier looking. This spawner would spawn a whopping 4 elite Barbarians at a time, making it a lot more annoying than regular elite Barbarians together. Technically, each elite Barbarian costs 3 elixir, so wow, this is literally way too OP. I mean, it spawns 4 elite Barbarians at a time, which is probably why Supercell never brought it into the game. Number 7. The Trojan Horse. Okay, picture a battle ram. Now, picture a huge wooden horse walking towards your tower. Not good. The Trojan Horse was an idea Supercell was planning to introduce into the game. Working like protection, the horse would come close to the enemy's tower and, once reached, destroy everything. It would also cost 6 elixir and be characterized as a building, which would actually make it the first ever Clash Royale building to be able to move. Cannon Cart is not a building, by the way. It's a troop. Number 8. What do you think this is? Wait, is that a mini Sparky? Yeah, mini Sparkies were an idea suggested for the game, which might have looked a little bit like this, thanks to our animator. While this idea would certainly never get approved in the game, if it did, it would have cost 9 elixir and definitely would have been a legendary. These mini Sparkies deal just as much damage as a big Sparky, but die to spells like Log. But you know who else dies to Log? People who don't subscribe. Shameless, I know. Look guys, just subscribe. Number 9. Since Tesla's been nerfed over and over and over, many players will be surprised to know that Supercell wanted to make an overpowered Tesla. Okay, no, not that overpowered. The Chain Tesla. A Tesla that could attack over 3 troops at once, similar to the chain effect of the Inferno Tower in Clash of Clans. However, Supercell ended up scrapping this idea, saying it wasn't really unique enough to become a card of its own. Number 10. If you want a card better than the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and even stronger than the P.E.K.K.A. itself, you can try the Mega P.E.K.K.A. The Mega P.E.K.K.A. should never have made it off the drawing board. It was just way too overpowered to even touch the arena, and I'll tell you why. The Mega P.E.K.K.A. was intended to have 3 forms. The first dealing infinite damage, but having low health. This version being similar to the Super Mini P.E.K.K.A., which also seemed to deal infinite damage, but in actuality only dealt 160,000 damage. Garbage, I know. The second version of the Mega P.E.K.K.A. was literally just a P.E.K.K.A. that spawned a Mini P.E.K.K.A. when it died, also overpowered. And last but not least, the third version of the Mega P.E.K.K.A. was a P.E.K.K.A. that only targeted towers. This one seems less overpowered, but Supercell rejected it, thinking it was just too weird. I mean, realistically, everyone was just gonna use the first one anyway. Number 11, multi-target Inferno Tower. This is similar to the multi-target Tesla, except it's already an existing concept in Clash of Clans. In fact, it's one of the most useful defenses against any Clash of Clans attacking troops. But alas, the multi-target Inferno Tower was rejected by Supercell. I mean, there was no way they were gonna add 2 Inferno Towers. Number 12, do you like Christmas? I mean, duh, who doesn't? Supercell, following the trend, was gonna add a card called the Gift Spell. These are Clash Royale's typical spells, and this is the Gift Spell. The Gift Spell randomly selected one of the 109 cards in the game and let you play it, even if it wasn't in your deck. Honestly, this is one of the coolest features I've ever heard rumors about, and as a gambling addict myself, I want this one in. Number 13, this is the Hologram Tower. So what the heck does it do? The Hologram Tower, once played, looks like a completely normal tower to your opponent. Actually, no, that looks really weird. Even though this was probably one of Supercell's dumber ideas, it would have been really cool to see in game, and to see just how useless it might have been. Like, dude, I literally saw you place a tower down. Number 14. The Bear Trap was a 4 elixir epic card that would have been able to place, being completely invisible to your opponents. When your opponents placed a card that walked in the area of the Bear Trap, it would deal loads of damage. Since this is an animation, we just made it kill them, because why not? While the Bear Trap was a super cool idea, being similar to various traps in Clash of Clans, it just wasn't meant to be, as Supercell rejected it with the reason never being fully revealed. Number 15, the Ghost. Well, the Ghost was basically the Royal Ghost, except it looked way cooler and cost 1 more elixir. It holds a chain and looks like a Halloween outfit, but unfortunately, this design was rejected by Supercell as it didn't look holographic. If you compare the design with the Royal Ghost, you'll kinda see what they mean. It's a shame this never got added in though. And if you wanna see a glitched Inferno Tower, or the time Supercell added a self-targeting Expo, click on the video shown on screen. Thanks.